today I'm going to talk about my 5 favorite types of coin deals. Make sure you stick around for number 1 because I'm going to talk about how I took $9 and turned it into almost $14,000 using that strategy. Number 5, the bulk deal, the bulk submission. This strategy is a little bit more time intensive and a little bit more capital intensive. You've got to come up with 100 of the same type of coins and you're submitting them to either PCGS or NGC. One of the bonuses with bulk, or one of the advantages of using bulk, is that you get a discount on your grading fees. One of the disadvantages, you need to send them 100 of the coins. The very first submission I ever made to NGC or PCGS was a bulk deal of accented hair $50. It was a very good way for me to bankroll my business and get this whole thing off the ground. So number 5, that's just bulk submissions. Become a practitioner of something, and once you've acquired over 100 of them, you can send them off to either NGC or PCGS to be graded. If you're doing it under a bulk submission, you get a discount on the grading fees. It's a great way to make bankroll type money. Number 4, the Crackout /crossover game. You guys, this is to put it simply, this would be like going to a show and looking for undergraded coins. Okay, you've got to be a practitioner. You've got to have a developed eye and an understanding of markets. So when you're looking for undergraded coins, it can be anything. I personally like to stick to either key dates and look for mint state uncirculated key dates, or suffixes. So like, in other words, if I'm looking at Franklin proofs and there's one that I see that's deep cameo, but it's only graded cameo or even not cameo at all for that matter, that's the type of thing I look for crackouts. Now crossovers, they're a completely different game. You've got to understand the market for crossovers. I'm going to tell a quick story. I met a guy in Long Beach once, and a dealer told me that he's extremely successful in this business. When I say that, I mean like he's 7 figures in this business. And I got to talking to him a little bit, and he showed me this nickel. I don't even remember the date at the time. It was an early Buffalo nickel. It was mint state, and he spent 5 figures on this coin, and it was in an NGC holder. And he basically said that this coin's graded MS65 with NGC. He's going to crack it out, or excuse me, he's going to just cross it over to PCGS, knowing that it will only grade MS64, but because he's so in tune with the markets, he knows that he'll make more money on a PCGS MS64 than he spent buying the NGC MS65. So that's strategy number 4. The third strategy, guys, this is one of my absolute favorites because I don't care who you are or what you know, anybody can do this. This is called the no money deal. It's basically a coin show strategy, and essentially what you're doing, guys, is you're going to the coin show and the goal here is to buy a coin from one coin dealer and sell it to another at the show. The reason I call it the no money deal is because you don't necessarily have to buy it before you sell it. And let me explain how that works. You find a coin dealer who specializes in Morgan dollars. Now, if you've ever followed my content, one thing you'll hear me say a lot is buy from, so when you're buying material, buy material from the guy who does not specialize in what you're buying. When you sell material, sell it to the guy who does specialize in what you're selling. So in other words, let's say I walk up to a table, this guy's got Morgan dollars all over his table. I don't want to buy Morgan dollars from that guy. I want to look for a random Walking Liberty $50 or a Mercury dime or a gold coin of some sort. Something where I know it's preferably a high dollar coin and it's something he does not specialize in. So let's say I find let's say I go to the Morgan dollar guy and I find a key date Mercury, 1916D Mercury dime. Let's say the guy wants $2,000 for it. So I say, how much would you like for that coin? He's showing it to me and he's like, oh, 2,000. And I say, is that the best you can do? I figure out what the lowest amount of money he'll take for that coin. And then I do this. I find the guy in the room who specializes in Mercury dimes And I go and I essentially say, listen, do you mind if I run that coin over to Bob really quick? You guys, if these coin dealers have seen your face around, for the most part, they won't have any problems doing this. They might have you give them your cell phone or something, but for the most part, if you're playing this game right, you can talk a dealer into letting you run it across the Bourse floor and show it to another coin dealer. So you say, hey, do you mind if I run over there and show it to Bob? No, that's fine, go ahead. So I take it over there to Bob and I say, hey, Bob, drop the coin on the table. Are you interested in this coin? If he is, well, how much is it? So we just talked our guy down to, let's say the lowest we figured out he would take is $2,000. So we need Bob to pay at least $2,100 or $2,200. So we might start with saying something like, well, Bob, it's $2,400. Ooh, no. You know, all coin dealers for the most part are pretty good negotiators. The point is though, is even if you can get Bob to agree to buy this Mercury dime for any amount of money, more than the lowest you know this dealer will take for it, well, you guys, it's really simple. You didn't take any money out of your pocket, and it's as simple as you either need to walk back the Mercury dime to this dealer or walk him his money, whatever the lowest amount he agreed to take for that coin is. So in case it wasn't clear, the no money deal strategy, it's a coin show type strategy, and it's one of my favorites because you do not need any money out of pocket. I'm going to share a story in a future video about a kid who I met. He was hustling at a coin show, just a local small show here in Salt Lake City. He had made over $2,000 that day using this strategy. I wish I knew that kid now. I wish I could figure out where he is and what he's up to, because it was pretty impressive. And he's the one essentially that taught me this deal, this 15-year-old kid. Oh, and the other thing I love about that deal is it doesn't just apply to coins. I shared that story with my guy Bailey with Crave Collectibles. They do sports cards, Pokemon, basically just trading cards. And he went to a big card show and made several $100s on the first day just using that strategy. Got like 3 or 4 deals done just by buying from the guy who doesn't specialize in what you're buying and selling it to the guy next to him or the guy across the room who does specialize in what you are selling. Number 2, this is going to be buy a slab, sell a slab. I love this type of a coin deal because of how easy it is. You don't need to know how to grade coins. You don't need to understand all the nuances that get into all that. You're basically just buying a coin to sell it. So you can do that a number of ways, guys. One of the deals I made using this strategy was a coin that I happened to find on Heritage Auctions. It was a buy it now. Actually, it was a Franklin half dollar. I paid like just under $3,000 for this half dollar, with a very good idea that if I bought this half dollar, sent it off to Great Collections for Ian to sell it at auction, that I'd make probably $1,000. Well, here's what happened instead. I bought the coin for just under $3 grand, got it, opened it, repackaged it, shipped it off to Great Collections where he sold it at auction, and it sold for over $7,000. So a coin that I thought I was gonna make maybe $1,000 on, I ended up making like $4,000 on. So, and all I did was literally open it, put it in another package and ship it. That's it. So that's one of my favorite type of coin deals just because of how easy it is. All right, guys, here it is. You've waited for it. Number 1, my number 1 favorite type of a coin deal is to buy raw, get it graded, and make as much profit as you possibly can. Okay, I told you guys early on in this video that I would share a story about how I used this strategy to turn $9 into like $14,000. Here's what happened. I was on eBay, and I saw a 1966 SMS set. In the photo, it was kind of one of those bad pictures, you know, where you're looking at it and you're like, that could be deep cam, but it could kind of go either way. It's $9 for an SMN set, so I'll just buy it. So I bought it, I got the package, again, paid $9. I immediately opened it, pulled it halfway out and was like, oh my gosh, I knew that the half dollar was gonna grade 68 deep cameo. I even texted my buddy and said, you are never gonna believe what I just found. I just found a 1966 SMS Kennedy that's gonna grade 68 deep cam. You guys, there was only 4 at the time graded with PCGS. So I got the coin, took it out, sent it off to PCGS. It graded 68 deep cam the very first time. It was 5 of 5, top pop, none finer. It had been several years since one of those had went to market. So I took that coin, which now I'm into at $30, okay? So I spent 9, and then I spent another 20 or so to have it graded. So I'm into this coin $30. I send it off to Great Collections, have him sell it completely auction style. That means no reserve, 99-cent starting price. You guys, that coin sold for over $14,000. $14,000. So that's my number one coin strategy, is to develop your eye, become a practitioner of something, kind of have an idea as to what you're looking at and how the grading system works and all that stuff. And find those coins raw, send them off to the grading company, and when you make, I call those like grand slams, you'll hit a lot of singles and doubles doing that, but when those grand slams come along, they are super, super nice. I made over 46,000% of a return on that $9 investment. So that's my number one strategy for making money or for doing coin deals. Thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, and I also wanted to say, if you like this type of content, or if you crave this type of content, whether you're a coin collector or a coin dealer, somebody who just wants to either create a side hustle or make money with your hobby, whatever it is you're looking to do, make sure you subscribe to this channel, because I'm going to take and I'm going to break down each one of these strategies that I just went through, and I'm going to share stories, specific examples of myself and people that I'm with or people that I know using these specific strategies to be profitable in the coin business. I'm going to break it down, talk numbers, and all that good stuff. So make sure you subscribe, share it with your friends, tell them it's the best coin channel on YouTube. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.